I'm Rowena, and this is FYI with Rowena. This show is packed with incredible guests with their stories that will empower and inspire you. On today's show, we sit down with the general manager of Hooters Hotel Casino, Michael Storm. They are doing a lot in the community to make a difference, even more than you can imagine. We caught up with Michael earlier this week. Take a look at this. So, Michael, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
We can do this today. I know you're a very busy man.
No, this is awesome. I've always got time for you guys. This is great.
Thank you. So, why did Hooters decided to do this in August, to do the charity giving?
You know, we looked around at everything that we were doing from a marketing standpoint, and we're thinking about how are we going to really make it an impact, really make a difference. And we've been doing billboards and magazine ads and all the tourist magazines and all that stuff for years now. And we wanted to do something different. We wanted to do something that made sense, and we wanted to do something that would be impactful and be good for the community and really not only impact the community around us, but impact our team as well. You know, and a lot of the employees here have been coming to me. I've been here for just under a year now, and they've been coming to me saying that they wanted to do some charity events, and there were a few of them who wanted to do stuff with the NSPCA, and then there were some kids charities that some of them wanted to get into, and we thought to ourselves, let's do something different, and let's do something where we can actually make a difference, and something that the team's going to get behind. And instead of our billboards this month, instead of our magazine ads this month, let's give it away. Let's do something good for the community.
That's wonderful, because Las Vegas is a very giving community, and not a lot of people know that.
Right.
Because our culture here is casinos and gambling. So it's wonderful that you're doing this. Now, what are the charities that you got involved in, and why you chose those charities?
Oh my goodness. There are so many, and I got to tell you, it was difficult with some of the decisions that we made, because there are so many really good charities out there who do great work.
Yes.
But we wanted to do a few things, and we wanted to A, make the most impact. B, we wanted to do things that our team could get behind, and we wanted to make sure that what we could do would be significant within the community. So we wound up working with 9 different charities.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a busy month.
Amazing,
It's
yes.
been a really busy month.
Very busy.
We started out with Habitat for Humanity, where we went out and we worked on a couple of homes that they have out in a community that they're building out in Henderson. From there we went to 3 Square, and we worked with them to put together meals for shut-ins and for children. From 3 Square, we went to the NSPCA, where we actually were part of a bowling event for puppies. We call it Bowling for Puppies. It was a blast. The girls had a great time, and the NSPCA, a lot of people don't know, they're I believe one of the only no-kill shelters,
Yes.
certainly the biggest no-kill shelter in Las Vegas. And one of the funny things was, like I told you, when we reached out to the girls and they were saying what really motivated them, it was kids and puppies. So we knew, we got to do puppies. So we did Bowling for Puppies. We also worked with the Shine Family Foundation, that works with
my foundation.
exactly,
Yes.
exactly. That was just yesterday, and
Yes.
what a blast we had with that.
What an amazing job you guys did.
Oh man, Larry's great too. Larry,
He is.
the
He is.
veteran that we worked with, he's absolutely amazing.
So well deserving.
Yeah, he really is. I was glad that we could reach out. I was actually glad that we really partnered on that, because that's one of the ones that just touches you.
Yes. Yes.
We try and make these as fun as we can, because we want to show not only the team but anyone who's watching that charity doesn't need to be drudgery. It's not something that you need to take away from what you would have otherwise been having a good time doing. You can actually have fun doing it. And then you've got some of them where you're really making an impact on somebody's life, like Larry, and it tugs at your heartstrings. It really does.
I mean, we've
so
done
it was
this
great
for
to.
Over 10 years, and
Right.
every time we do it, it just brings tears to my eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, it gives so much joy to help other people. I mean, what you guys do is just amazing to me. I think you're the only casino that have done so many charities in 1 month.
Well,
So that's amazing.
and every casino, they all have their own charitable involvement, and they have their own way that they do things. I wanted us, we're Hooters, we're not like Caesars or the big guys across the street, you know, we're a little joint, and we needed to be able to make the most impact we could, and you know, it's one thing to cut a check and give it to a charity, and you know, my check, it's not as big as the guys across the street. I'm a small joint. I don't have fountains, I don't have volcanoes out front, but what I do have is people. And I've got people who are from this community and who are a part of this community and who want to be a part of the community. So instead of just cutting checks to the different charities, we wanted to go out and be a part of it. And while it's been a task getting everyone together and coordinating and making sure that everything got done and got done right. But man, it's been a blast. It really has.
What has your team gotten from this? Your girls, your employees?
Ian, it's funny that you say that. One of my managers shot me a text last night from one of the girls who works in the restaurant, who had said that, you know, she's been working here for 7 years now, and in the 7 years that she's been here, she's never been as proud of the company that she works for as she is right now. And those are the types of things that really make a difference to us. Those are the things that set us apart.
What does it take to be a Hooter girl? Do they have do they have to be gorgeous, sexy, stunning?
Oh, you know what?
Because that's the trait.
I know that's what everybody says. Everybody says, "Oh, the Hooter girls, you know, they're this and they're that." You know what? Our girls are. They're the girls next door. I mean, they really are. We're in Vegas, and we have a little bit of a different business model in Vegas. You know, we're tacky, we're fun, we're a good time, and that's really what I look for more than anything else. We're not looking to be the sexiest place in town. This is Vegas. I mean, I got a lot of competition there, but you know what? We're going to be the most fun place in town, and that all comes from the girls that we bring in the door, and
absolutely,
you know, that's more important to me than anything else. We've got great girls who are just a lot of fun, and they've got huge hearts, and they want to be a part of something bigger and of something great.
How can those people help the charities that you have helped this month?
Well, there are a bunch of ways. I mean, you can reach out to the charities independently. You know, if you go to Facebook/LV Hoots. LV Hoots is actually covering all of our charitable events throughout the month and beyond. Or you can from there you can reach out to the charities independently and do whatever you do. Or you can come in, and we actually have a program that we're doing throughout the restaurant and throughout the property where you can put a percentage on your check that will help go to help all of the great charities that we're working with this month.
Now, what is new at Hooters? So tell us.
Oh my goodness, what isn't new at Hooters? Wow. A lot. We've got so much going on right now. The showroom, for example, is one of the things. Thank you very much. We're working on it. The showroom's been closed down for a while. When maybe 3-4 months ago, we opened it back up again. We brought in country superstars who are actually in the other room right now talking about some of the changes that they're going to be making to the showroom with additional lighting and better sound and all of those things. Trent Carlini is here now. Trent, phenomenal.
Trent does the Elvis Presley in.
You know, he is, and he still says he's the king and the show is the king. But you know what?
He's awesome.
He's so good. It's not even, to me, it's not even Elvis anymore. It's Trent, and Trent's amazing. He really is. He's a phenomenal performer and a great tribute artist. Beginning the first, actually not the first, I believe it'll be the 8th of September, don't hold me to that date, is going to be the grand opening for Ryan Stock, comedy Daredevil. I don't know if you saw him. He was the gentleman on America's Got Talent who got shot in the neck with a flaming arrow by his girlfriend.
Yes, I remember that.
Exactly. We just signed him on. Yes. He's coming in next month, and he'll be doing a full show every night here.
That's awesome.
Oh, it's great. It's great. So we've got a ton going on.
Michael, thank you so much for sharing your company with us and sharing the things that you do. It's been such a pleasure talking to you.
No, this is great. I appreciate you guys coming out, and I appreciate everything that you all are doing, and I appreciate you having us involved with the Shine Foundation. It's been a real pleasure.
It's such a pleasure working with you too, and thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
He is an Emmy Award-winning former TV anchor who today is guiding young people dreaming of getting into television. John Castandino is here today to talk about his new career and some of the health challenges he's been through. He is a very dear friend and one of the nicest people I know. Welcome, John. I'm glad you can make it this morning.
You couldn't have set me up any better. It is great to see you.
It's great to see you, too. I'm so happy that you can make it today.
Yeah,
I know you're so busy.
thank you for having me on. And before we get into too much, I just really want to publicly say what you and with the show and your foundation, you guys really are big contributors to the community. So it's really an honor for me to be part of what you're doing.
And it's an honor for me to have you
around
here.
The community.
Oh, thank you, John. Now, you know what? I have so much to ask you, but let me start by, how do you like having weekends off and spending it with the wife and the kids?
Let's start with that, number one. No, that is probably the best part of the switch out of TV, because when I started my career, I worked nights and weekends my entire career. So it's about almost 15 years.
That's a long time.
So now that I'm settled in, I'm a Vegas native, so to be home with my 2 kids and my wife on the weekends is pretty amazing, because my wife and I, for the longest time, worked completely opposite shifts. She was days, and I was nights and weekends. So we'd never see each other except for a few hours here and there. So now I get to watch football on Sundays instead of having to sit at the office and watch football. So
and you get to spend time with the kids.
Absolutely. So we've taken a few trips and gone out of town, and we've gone to see the Cubs a couple times. My team playing pretty well right now. So the quality of life has certainly improved in that sense. It's been great.
That's wonderful. Yeah. Now, you like you said, you've been in the industry, the news industry, for about 15 years. That's a very long time. You're actually like a legend here, right?
I don't know if legend's the right word, but believe it or not, I have been around for a while, even though my youthful looks might be deceiving. But I have been around for a bit.
He looks like a teenager.
Well.
So how did you transition from that to what you're doing now? Because right now you are the head of the journalism.
Yeah, sports journalism over at UNLV. And honestly, when this opportunity came about, I just applied for it on a whim. I mean, some of my old professors at the university, they reached out to me and said, "Hey, John, this might be something that you might be interested in." And so I just applied for it. I don't know where my career is going to take me. I love my time at Fox 5, but, you reach a ceiling in a certain spot, and, you're looking for that next opportunity to grow, not only in your career, but just you as a person and what you can contribute, to the community.
Absolutely.
So I just saw this, and at first I was like, I don't know if this is the right opportunity for me, but the more I sat down with folks at UNLV, and they told me about what it was, basically starting up a sports journalism program from scratch, essentially, something the university really hasn't done up until this point, was really intriguing for me.
Yeah, that's very first for UNLV, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And so I'm kind of the first step here. So I'm building something from nothing, essentially, on the sports side. I mean, they do have a television station there. They've done a lot of news programming. But, when I finally realized that, and the pay was okay, I was like, okay, sign me up, let's do the transition. And it was a good right turn for me.
All right, welcome to Studio B on the campus of UNLV. This is the very first edition of the Rebel Report, and we're really excited to bring it to you. I'm John Castanino.
And I'm Cassie Soto. But before we dive into show number 1, we want to tell you what we're all about and what we hope to give you at home.
Yeah, that's right. It's every week. It's for a half hour, and our core will be covering UNLV athletics, the games, the events, the athletes, and coaches. But we're also here to cover any major sporting event in Southern Nevada and tell stories that you will not see anywhere else.
We're students in the Hank Greenspun School of Journalism and Media Studies. We're all striving for careers in journalism. We come from different parts of the country with different backgrounds. Some of us are parents, some of us work full-time, and for now, unfortunately, we all still have homework.
And how is the homework in this class? Just curious.
Homework's good. I have 3 journalism classes, a sociology, but...
Just this class?
Oh, this class.
There's a lot, right?
Yeah.
Good. That means I'm a slave driver. I'm the boss, by the way. Let's get it going now. We're going to start off with some Runnin' Rebel basketball. Back on Saturday, UNLV faced the rivals.
So you're obviously a viewer's favorite.
Yeah.
And you've won
a
few Emmys. How did that feel?
Well, I won, the one that I won back in June for Sports Anchor was probably, it was probably the biggest achievement of my career, and I hate sounding like, you know, I don't want to come off as pompous, you know.
And
but
you're
it was
so well deserving of it.
it was a big deal for me.
It's a big deal for all of us that know you because we know the work that you
Yeah.
do, and you're one of the best sports anchor Las Vegas has ever produced.
Thank you. No, I appreciate that. So it was the crowning achievement of my career for sure. And I just had the attitude once I was nominated. I said, "Oh, I got it in the bag. I won." You know, from everything that I've been through, which I know we want to
Yes,
talk
we're
about.
gonna talk about
it's,
that.
It was an award for 2015. They award it the next year because there's a submission process and the judging and whatnot. So I won it in June. And everything that I went through in 2015 and still to walk away with an Emmy Award for Sports Anchor was a really big deal for me. So I'm still grinning about it when you bring it up. So it very fulfilling to be recognized in
That's
that
wonderful.
sense. Yeah.
So we're talking about what you've gone through the past year. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's actually a long story. The journey's still going. It started back in 2014, October of 2014. I think I remember the exact day. It was October 15th. I played golf in a charity event. And then the next day I woke up, I had pain in my back and it went into my abdomen. And I just felt like I had the flu all over my body. And I'm like, I didn't know exactly what it was. So I went and saw the doctor, just got some antibiotics. They thought it might have been some sort of kidney infection.
That's a normal thing, isn't it?
yeah.
When you have flu, they think it's just flu. But when you have flu, it's your body telling you there's something more serious.
Yeah, but I just kind of went through the course and I wasn't getting any better. And I mean, to kind of boil it down, there was an emergency room visit. There was a call to an ambulance because I woke up one morning just really swollen from head to toe. It was really scary stuff. And they thought I had mono. They're like, yeah, mono, you know, no big deal. And 6 months later, I'm still not any better, you know. So I'm living with this for
remember
6
that.
months. Yeah, it's really odd, and I just felt like garbage. I would go to work feeling terrible. You know, I could have called out sick every day, but I obligations
You
to my
were
family.
still
and-
working,
yeah,
yes.
absolutely. So I went to work, I did my thing, and then I just said I'm not feeling any better. And my physician said, all right, let's get you to a specialist finally. Let's look at what this is. And long story short, eventually they order enough tests to lead to a scan, and the scan comes back positive for a tumor in my small intestine. And I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? Like, I you know, blindsided. Obviously, you don't expect to hear somebody say, yeah, you have cancer. You know, and I couldn't believe it. So I had the surgery removed, and thankfully it was localized in one area. And they took out, you know, a few feet of intestine. You have a lot of intestine, so not a big deal.
Yes, it's like
I make light of it, but it was
longer, yeah.
it was a big surgery, and so recovered from that. But then the pathology actually came back negative, so they didn't find any cancer. But
thank goodness.
the
Yes.
type of cancer it is, you know, they say it's called neuroendocrine cancer, which is quite rare, and the cells are really small. So what I was told by my doctors and pathologists is, you know, if you look at the wrong section, you may not find it. It may be there. So they didn't find anything, but still battling fatigue and still trying to recover, which is just an odd thing. So I'm just trying to get my health straight, and that surgery was last year, and just trying to recover. But
Well, we're so happy that you're okay and everything is okay. In all your, I just want to ask you, in all the years that you've been doing broadcasting, what is that one thing that's stick in your mind? What is the one thing that made a difference?
oh boy. Well, if you're talking about like a favorite moment, Magic Johnson came to the studio one day. This was 2012, I believe. I did a sit-down interview with Magic Johnson, which was very memorable. And he hung out and took some pictures with us
And he's
afterwards.
so tall.
Obviously an idol, right? But bigger picture is that, you know, working in Las Vegas in my hometown is a huge achievement for me. But when you have all these, every superstar comes to Vegas at some point.
Yes.
It's one of the most amazing sports markets in the country, in the world, and everybody comes here. So I've basically covered it all and seen it all, except to have a major league franchise in town, which we now thankfully have.
Yes.
So it's great to finally have the NHL coming and possibly the NFL, but really
I can't wait till the NFL gets
yeah,
here.
Raiders, we'll see. Got to get that stadium first. But no, it's just, there's so much to cover out here, and it's been a joy. And in my new role, I still get to go out and cover all that stuff, which is great, except I'm taking out students instead of taking out a news photographer with me.
Well, this has been such a great morning to sit down here and talk to you, and we haven't seen you in a while. But I wish you luck in your new endeavor with the university, with UNLV. And thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, thank you, darling. It's great to see you.
Great to see you too. He is the founder and CEO of Real Water, a local company that has grown leaps and bounds in the past 5 years. You've probably seen these bottles in your favorite grocery stores. I'd like to welcome Brent Jones to the show. How are you, Brent?
Excellent. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. I know you just came back from Cancun, was it?
No, Panama.
Oh, Panama.
Panama, yes.
I know you guys travel all over the place.
Yeah, well, yeah, we keep busy.
You
That's
keep
for sure.
busy. So tell us about real water, alkalinity, and negative ionization. What is that all about? Tell us about your company first.
Okay, so Real Water is a premium bottled water, and we bottle it here in Las Vegas. This is our headquarters. We also have another facility in Nashville, Tennessee, and a small one in California, and we're looking to put one in Florida soon. But the trend is alkalizing our bodies. The natural products community believes that if you have an alkaline body, that a lot of issues that could come up don't come up. And I'll give you an example. Do you think our bodies evolved over tens of thousands of years, correct?
Correct.
Do you think up to about 100 or 150 years ago, do we have more fresh fruits and vegetables in our diets? Or do we have soda pops, donuts, refined sugar cereals? Those,
more on those.
Yeah, the fresh fruits and vegetables, right? So now we have all this refined, sugary food, which our kids are eating, and we eat a lot of, the Western diet, and that creates a lot of acidic waste in your body. So if you alkalize it, then your body can get back to a more natural state. So that's where there's a big push on alkalinity. But we go beyond that. We have a super special proprietary technology that actually infuses negative ions into our water, so we're beyond alkalinity. So think of ions. After it rains, the air feels so fresh, right? These are the ions coming off of the water. Or if you're by an ocean when the water, not a brackish, stinky ocean, but one where the waves are nice, you smell that, and it smells and it lifts you up, those are the ions. So we are the only company that's figured out how to put those in a bottle, and that's why our water's so special.
Wow. So I mean, this is everywhere. I go to Costco, you have this. I go to my favorite grocery store, you have this. I mean, it's just all over. So how does real water work in the body?
Well, luckily, first of all, let me say, luckily, besides it being, which we believe, more healthy for you because it hydrates you better on a cellular level, it tastes really good.
It does.
So when people, it's smooth and tastes like my niece gave me the biggest compliment, I think. She says, "Wow, Uncle Brent, this tastes like velvet on the tongue." And so that kind of stuck with me. But because of those attributes, the taste and stuff, we're growing very rapidly. And in Nevada, we have Nevada Beverage, which is a Budweiser distributor. That's why you see it everywhere. We just rolled out Sam's Club too. So now if you go stop at Sam's Club, you can get it at Sam's Club as well.
Now,
Yes.
how has the company grown in the past few years?
Well, we've been growing double digits every year since the inception. So it's pretty hard to maintain double-digit growth. But we're doing it because of how good the product is. And once people know about Real Water, they're very loyal customers. Like you, right?
Yes.
You said you're telling me, I drink it in my house. You're very loyal because you know you feel good when you drink it. You feel better. You like the taste. And a lot of people say once they drink Real Water, they can't drink any of the other waters. Like they taste bad.
I can tell you that from experience because I hated drinking water. And this is just the only water that I can drink. And you do a lot in the community as well. I know you're wearing your
my little Assemblyman badge. Yeah.
And I know you're running, and we're going to talk about that on your next visit because you're going to be coming back for sure. Where can viewers purchase Real Water?
Well, almost anywhere. I mean, all the convenience stores, Terrible's, Phil's, Green Valley Grocery,
Sam's
Rebels, now Sam's, Costco, multiple grocery stores, Whole Foods, Sprouts, all the high-end natural community as well. Actually, nationally now, we're the #2 enhanced water in the natural category across the whole country. So we're growing fast.
And I know there's a lot of celebrities that only drink Real Water as well.
And mixed martial artists, because that's the headquarters. They know, they're in tune with their bodies. They know when they drink Real Water, they're going to be at peak performance.
So tell us about the delivery process.
In terms of, what do you mean, the delivery process?
Like delivery, do you deliver to houses?
Oh, no. Well, we do have, you can get it at 5 gallons for home delivery, absolutely. And also you can get it at your stores. But who distributes it is Nevada Beverage, which is the Budweiser distributor. And then we also have the 5-gallon home delivery, which you can get, which is less expensive. So that's the most economical way to get it, is those 5 gallons. And it's environmentally. So for every 5-gallon jug you drink, it saves like 30 bottles.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here today, Brent.
No
and
problem.
I'm looking
Thanks,
forward
Emily.
to having you back on the show.
And I hope your guests drink some real water. Give it a try.
We
Local
will all
business.
do.
We create jobs here. We help the community.
do.
We do a lot of community events. As you know, you're
Yes,
involved in
yes.
the community events as well.
Yes.
So we definitely care about our community and we want to be part of our community.
That's fantastic what you do. I'm very proud.
Thank
you
you.
so much for being here today.
Thank you.
My next guest is the gallery director of William Carr Gallery. He is also a leader in the community. I'd like to welcome Orlando Gallegos to the show. How are you, Orlando?
Wonderful. Thank you for having me.
I am so glad you can make it today. Now, you are also involved in different community stuff, and you just co-founded an organization. Tell us a little bit about that.
Nevada Hispanic Business Group. So basically, we just help the small businesses or small to medium businesses in Las Vegas, whether you're Hispanic or non-Hispanic, it doesn't matter, but we just do what we can as a community or as a group and help. The Arturo Cambedo Elementary School is the school that we adopted, and we help.
That's wonderful.
With
you raise money for them.
We raise money for them. We celebrate a birthday every month at the school for everyone, all the kids that have a birthday that month. And we help with a after-school program, homework program.
That's wonderful. Now, you're here to talk about what we discussed last week. We are having a contest.
Yes.
And so would you like our viewers to know and just tell a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So basically, there's so many people.
And this is your idea, right?
Yes, yeah. So there's so many people that love to take photographs with their cell phone. And so William actually loved the idea. He thought, let's do maybe an iPhone but so anyone that has a beautiful photograph from their cell phone or that wants to take one today, tomorrow, we're going to have a contest. So we're going to pick the top 3, and then to finalize the contest, we'll have someone. Actually, we'll have the audience or your audience, your followers, pick the winner of the viewers. Of the 3, they will pick the winner.
And they can email their votes to FYIshowinfo@yahoo.com. So if you want to participate in this contest, again, the email address is FYIshowinfo@yahoo.com. Thank you so much for being on the show. I know we're going to be doing so many things in the future. Oh, and the prize is a couple of hours adventure shoot with William Carr. I'd like to thank my guests, Michael Storm, John Castanino, Brent Jones, and Orlando Gallegos. Follow us on Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn, FYI with Rowena, for a chance to win prizes. That's it for today. Thank you for joining us. See you next time on FYI with Rowena.